Learn English through stories B17 PDF. Adapted and modified by Kulwant Singh Sandhu. Contents 1. Mini Stories 2. The Dancing Teapot. 3. A Pennywise Monkey. 4. Punctuation 2. 5. Picture Dictionary. 1. Mini Stories 2. A life in a small village. The three words that can amply describe the life in a village are simple, pure, and fresh. The villagers are very simple-hearted people. They know no cunning. They are pure in their thoughts and actions. They are very hospitable. They live simply and happily. They have no anxiety. Life in a village is very calm and peaceful. It is free from the hustle and bustle of cities. The air is fresh and health-giving. Once, said Leo Tolstoy in one of his stories, a villager's life is not a fat one, but it is a long one. In short, we can say that life in a village is worth living. Those were the good days when it was true. Now the life in the village has changed. There is an English phrase, curate's egg. It means a mixed bag, partly good and partly bad. So there are still some good things in the village life. But there are other things as well. Poverty, dirty politics, vendetta, and so on. B. Benefits of morning walk. Morning walk is the best form of exercise. It costs nothing. It is very useful for our health. It refreshes our mind. It strengthens our body. It prolongs our life. It saves us from many diseases. It is equally good for the young and the old. Morning walk keeps us fresh for the whole day. It develops in us the habit of rising early. It awakens in our love for nature. The dewdrops, the fresh flowers, the chirping birds, and the rustling leaf charm our mind. Thus morning walk is useful not only for our body, but for our mind and soul also. C. Banta Singh goes for a morning walk. I usually wake up around 7:00 a.m., but today my eyes opened a bit early at 6 in the morning. I had read the benefits of morning walk a lot, so I decided to give it a try. I did not take my smartphone or any other distractions. It was just me and the nature. The morning was refreshing beyond imagination. A cool breeze was running across my face that took away my sleepiness, the soothing sound of the birds calmed me, and the greetings from the fellow walkers made me feel wonderful. Various thoughts started entering my mind. I started wondering why I have missed this beautiful part of nature for so long. My creative juices also started flowing. I got some ideas for a new project just by walking around. There were no bad thoughts or any stress. I was not worrying about the past, but living entirely in the present. When I came back home after a 15-minute walk, I was feeling happy. I have seen so many benefits of this exercise in just one day. I plan to make it a part of my routine. I recommend everyone just for one day keep your laziness at bay and go out for a walk. You will surely enjoy it. And now I plan to do it every day. B17 Banta Singh lives in Canada. He plays kabaddi. Banta is a big strong man. He plays for the Canadian kabaddi team. He goes to the gym and lifts heavy weights every day. He looks fearless. Many girls love this. He is always asked out on dates. One day Banta was with one of his dates at a park. They were having a picnic. Banta was going to give the girl a kiss. Suddenly, a bee landed on his nose. Banta yelled like a little girl. He ran out of the park. He got in his car and locked all the doors. The bee had stung his nose. He sat in his car crying. His date left. He looks like a man, but acts like a baby, his date told everyone. I am going to be a doctor. Banta Singh lived in America with his parents. His dad was a truck driver and his mom worked in a grocery store. Banta had planned his future. He was going to become a doctor. He said to his mom, "Mom, guess what am I going to be?" Mom replied, "A truck driver like your dad." "No, I am going to be a doctor," said Banta. The next day, Mom phoned her Massiji, congratulations. Massi asked, "Congratulations for what?" "Banta, my son, is going to be a doctor," said Mom. Then Mom phoned Banta's Bua and some more relatives. Banta studied hard for 4 years. Then he got accepted into a medical school. He studied there 2 more years. He took hard science and maths classes. Banta was the best student. "You're going to make an excellent doctor," his professors told him. One day, Banta was in class. He had to learn to draw blood. He stared at the needles. "It's your turn to try it, Banta," said the professor. Banta couldn't move. He had no idea why he felt so scared. Shaking, he injected the patient's arm. A little drop of blood came out. Banta fainted. Doctors cannot be scared of blood. It was time to find a new career. Banta's dad bought a new truck. Banta became a truck driver. Digging dust goes to Canada, oh girl, the truck of Banta. Every day eats pizza and burgers, the stomach of Banta. Looking for singers. Banta Singh lives in Kana, Punjab. His brother's name is Santa Singh. Banta failed his 10th exam. Now he was starting a band. He was a great harmonium player. His brother played the tumai very well. His friend Dola was a good dulki player. All they needed now was a singer. Banta was going to hold auditions to find one. Banta made posters. They read, "Looking for great singers." He handed them out around town. Many people showed up to audition. A lot of them sounded very good. Banta's favorite was a beautiful girl. "She sounds terrible," said all his brothers, Santa. "You are crazy," Banta replied. He thought she was perfect. "Love is making you deaf," said Santa. Who was the girl? Her name was Gulabo. She sang a Hindi song. "Please let me know your choice, whatever it may be. Please bring me to the one who is supposed to be mine." 2. The Dancing Teapot. Once there lived a dwarf. He had a magical power. Every day, between 12 and 1 p.m., he did not have his magic power. The only person who knew about this was his cousin. One day, the cousins had an argument between them. The cousin of dwarf informed the bad guys to catch the dwarf between 12 and 1 p.m. The bad guys caught him and put him in a cage. Then the bad guys' party went to a park and started having alcoholic drinks. When they were having a good time, they started dancing. During dancing, the key fell from the pocket of the chief of the bad guys. In the evening, a ragman was thirsty. He knew there was a water pump in the park. He went to the park and found a key. The color of the key was gold. He thought that he found some gold. He became happy. When he was walking towards home, he heard a noise. Somebody was crying, "Please help." He went to the house and found a dwarf in a cage. He tried his golden color key to open the lock of the cage. It worked. The dwarf was free. The dwarf wanted to thank the ragman. He turned himself into a pretty teapot and said, "Take me home as a teapot. I will keep you happy," the little man said before turning. The teapot was sparkling like shiny stars at night. One night, the ragman was shocked to see that the teapot had a head, tail, and paws like a little man. "Take me to the market, you will be rich," said the talking teapot. The ragman took the talking teapot to the market. When they reached there, the teapot started to dance. Seeing this, many shopkeepers gave the ragman money. They told him to bring the teapot every week because people love watching the dance of teapot. This way, the ragman lived a good life with the dancing teapot. However, he did drink some country-made vodka now and then. Moral: kindness always brings good rewards. Today, a teapot is dancing very enthusiastically. Today, refrain from alcohol, which you gulp every day. Witnesses are in the market. I am not telling a lie. 3. A penny-wise monkey. Once upon a time, there lived a king in a big and rich country. The king was quite fond of traveling. Usually, he didn't like to visit his own country. Instead, he went to other countries. He was also very fond of wearing expensive clothes. There are so many similarities between that king and the Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Modi loves traveling abroad. He doesn't like going to place in India unless there is an election. In the state of Manipur, there had been a lot of trouble and killing. The Prime Minister did not visit Manipur. Anyway, back to the story. One day, the king assembled his army to move out for a holiday to some distant country. The king and his soldiers walked for the whole morning in the forest. After this, they went into the camp to take some rest. The horses were also tired, so they were fed with peas. One of the monkeys who lived in the forest was keeping a track of the things done by the king's men from a distance. When he saw peas offered to the horses, he jumped down from the tree at once to get some of them. He quickly gobbled some peas, also filled his mouth and hands with them. Then he went up the tree and sat down to eat the peas. As and when he sat there to eat peas, one pea fell from his hand to the ground. The greedy monkey dropped all the peas he had in his hands and ran down to look for the lost pea at once. Unluckily, he could not find that one pea. He climbed up the tree again and sat at rest. He was looking very sad. He said to himself, "To get one pea, I threw away what I had." The king was watching the monkey from the camp and said to himself, "I would not be like this stupid monkey who lost much to gain a little. I will go back to my own country and enjoy what I have." Thus, the king and his army marched back to their own country. Moral: value the things you have. 4. Punctuation 2. Exclamation point. Use an exclamation point at the end of a sentence that shows a strong feeling such as surprise or fear. An exclamation point is used instead of a period. Examples: what a silly thing to do. Help! A monster! You're completely wrong. What a shame. I told you not to go out on your own. How sad. You can also use exclamation points with strong orders. Examples: sit down. Don't touch that knife. Be quiet. Give me that ball. Leave that computer alone. Do it now. Exclamation points are usually used after interjections. People often use just one or two words to express a sudden feeling, such as fear, happiness, surprise, or anger, or in greeting somebody. These short expressions are called interjections. Here are some examples. Hello. Ouch. Good morning. Hooray. Good night. Help. Well done. Look out. Oh dear. Happy birthday. Question mark. Use a question mark after a question. 1. What's your name? 2. How many stamps do you have? 3. Where do they come from? 4. Who has taken my pen? 5. Can you lend me your bicycle? 6. Where are you going? 7. Why are you always late? 8. What's the meaning of this word? 9. Do you know the answer to this problem? 5. Picture dictionary page. This article was converted for free by the courtesy of Audio Read. If you enjoy the service, please consider upgrading your plan to listen to up to 500,000 words per article. Simply go to audioread.com/ad and you'll see the upgrade option. Your support helps us keep making the service better. Thank you.